Question 4 from Unit 6 is pretty easy, but we're going to learn something in answering it that's quite important, not at all obvious, and something that we'll be using lots of times in other questions and other units. The question uses the term APR, and it tells you that that stands for annual percentage rate. But the catch is that the A for annual is very misleading. Although the term APR is widely used, the A for annual does not mean that APR is an annual rate. If you have a credit card and the APR is 12%, the amount of interest you're charged over 1 year will be more than 12%, as we'll see in answering this question. In fact, the only thing that an APR is good for is to calculate a monthly rate. In this question, we have an APR of 12%. To find out what the monthly rate is associated with this card, we take the APR and divide it by 12. Again, this is the only thing we can do with an APR. Divide it by 12 to get the monthly rate. Here I take the 12% and divide it by 12. I expect to get 12% divided by 12, or 1%, as my answer. And I do, but not in a familiar form. Excel has formatted this as a number. Let's reformat it as a percentage. I'll right-click, choose Format Cells, change it to a percentage, and now I have the answer I expect. A 12% APR really just means 1% a month. Is 1% a month the same as 12% a year? No, because of compounding. The easiest way to see this is to watch an arbitrary sum of money over 1 year and see how it increases. I suggest that you always, when you pick an arbitrary amount of money, use $100. You'll see why in a second. Let's watch this $100 over 12 months, 1 full year. Here's a column of numbers keeping track of the months for us. And here's how much we owe if the amount that we owe increases at 1% per month. After 1 month, we owe $100 plus an additional 1%. The 1% is the correct amount to use because it's a monthly rate. We're looking at a period of 1 month. And because we intend to drag, we'll use absolute addressing. After 2 months, we owe $102.01. The extra penny is because of the compounding. Looking all the way down to the end of the year, we find that we owe $112.68. Did our balance increase by 12%? No. $100 is such an easy number to work with that we can make the calculation mentally. 12% of $100 is $12. So if our balance had increased 12%, at the end of the year we'd owe $112. But we owe more. In fact, we can read the percentage off from our final answer. Apparently, the interest we were really charged was 12.68%. But let's calculate it directly using our new formula. End amount divided by the original amount minus 100%. It's not exactly 12.68%. It's 12.6825 and so on. Again, the important lesson is that 12% APR is not 12% a year. It's 1% a month, which is more than 12% a year.